about to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make.
I do really appreciate Lisa taking time to show us her art and what it means to her. She spends a lot of time handcrafting her jewelry, her metalwork, her painting, and so it's all made with love and a lot of your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a lot of time.
So she is going to explain to us kind of her different pieces, and I'm excited. I mean, two girls playing with jewelry doesn't get any better.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make it somehow, we can't miss out.
I had mentioned earlier that all of my pieces are my necklaces and bracelets. The majority of them have handmade clasps. For instance, this one.
You might have to hold it up there, I think. Okay.
This one, all this is hand done. It's all done with a torch, and then wires twisted in the center. This is labradite, and I only use raw gems, pure gems, crystals. Here's the clasp on this one.
It's gorgeous.
And it really doesn't do any justice unless you have it on the neck.
Okay. All right, we're gonna put the jewels on.
I think we're going to put the jewels on.
Yeah, I tried.
When you get old, you get blind.
Yeah. Well, this table's kind of in our way.
So this is how it lays. I made it so that these would point right in the most delicate area of a woman's neck. I was going to a show or something wonderful. This is what, hence the hair, this is what the back of it would look like.
Ooh.
Turn right there. So there's always something beautiful and delicate to look at in each piece. And this is one of my showpieces that I did. This is made from brass. This is sea glass. Each piece, I don't know if you can see it.
So that's your modern one?
Yeah, this is real modern. And this looks really cool on too. I can clasp it.
Okay. Ooh.
Very different, very modern.
Never modeled jewelry before.
So I see Kelly Grable wearing something like this.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's pretty fabulous.
She's very fashionable.
Okay.
So turn around.
Okay, we'll go this way.
And this is what the back of her clasp looks like on the back of this. This is all done with different crystals and then sea glass. This is another art piece here. This is a bracelet with crystals on it.
Wow.
Twisted.
I'm gonna zoom in. There you go. Now it's got it. Ooh, gorgeous.
There's probably 4 or 5 different strands that I'm working with here. This took me hours to make. I've not sold it because I haven't wanted to sell it because it is one of my art pieces, but if somebody wants it, I guess I would sell it. I love working with copper because copper has so many different personalities. It's probably one of my favorite metals to work with because it's one of the easiest metals to work with.
People love copper.
My niece made this. She's also an artist. I think everybody in my family is an artist.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it. Look at that, you guys. Okay.
This is one of my copper bracelets. We already talked about the significance of copper, and like I said, I'd like to work with copper more than anything because it's just got so many different personalities, different colors. You can see that the clasp here is handmade, so you don't get your typical clasp. So if it turns, this one isn't going to turn, but some of my bracelets will turn. You'll still have that beautiful part showing.
I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my
Picture for Indy. This is a skin. It's an acrylic skin. And if you look at the picture
Yeah, let's hold it up
to
a
the
little
side,
closer.
you can see it almost looks like everything is popping out, which it really is because it's layered. A skin is done with different types of mediums and they flow. And you put the paint in, and I drew the fish first, and then I just dumped the medium in and did my little swirly and this, and then you peel it off of the plastic that you make the medium, or that you pour the medium on, and this is what happened. Then I add texture to it. There's all different types of texture. Down here, the waves were done with my own medium, which I created myself through joint compound and just plain house paint, white house paint. Put it on there, let it dry, and painted it. That's what I did with this too. And then the sides is crushed glass that matches the ocean. This is also a skin, and this skin here was done in a big circle, and I just poured a bunch of different mediums and some flow in there, and then all different colors, and created a swirl of this, and then I cut it in pieces, and this is what I came up with. And if you look, I call it my dancers, little dancing dancers.
Yeah.
And I put texture in there. These are little, I don't know what they are. They're little crystal. I always finish the sides of my paintings with some type of texture because I think it just closes in the whole picture. I'm not a fan of flatness unless it's made that way. And it's kind of the same with my jewelry. All of my jewelry, my clasps in the back are all hand done. And the reason being is because we as women like to wear our hair up, and why not have the back of the piece look as beautiful as the front of the piece? This is all metalwork done by me, which is soldered, and then I fired the copper, and there's different colors in the copper. This picture here is very textured. Probably one of my most textured pictures that I've done. It is trees, purple trees. This is all textured here with some type of, I don't know what I used. It's almost like a rock, and it's crushed up and thrown in there. And then this is just moss that I painted, and it's all hardened because I put a special compound over it to harden it all. And they're all protected. And because there's so much texture going on here, I did not texture the sides because it would have looked ridiculous.
With my own doubts, be free.
This is 0.999 silver, which means it has no copper in it. It's a little bit of a softer silver, but you can do some incredible things with softer silver, and then you harden it up through a tumbler. These are beautiful on. This is a Caribbean stone, very it's an unusual stone to find, and it's very expensive.
Ooh, okay, here it is for all you guys. This is one of my favorites.
This is all soldered and twisted and hammered, and then here is, if it had twisted around because she's got such tiny wrists, that's what the clasp looks like.
There.
And then here's another one. We can put this one on top of that one.
Ooh, double fancy.
Double fancy,
Love
double metal.
Look at that, guys. It makes me happy.
Some of my earrings have the French clasps, but you'll see that all of my earrings are handmade.
Yeah.
These are metal, just plain metal that I made very simple. Everybody wants these right now because they're so simple. These are dangles. This is a labradorite, which is one of the labradorite.
Ooh, that's gorgeous.
And these are French. Nobody can make that themselves. The French ear wire, all my ear wires are handmade by myself.
Are those turquoise?
This is turquoise and Swarovski crystal in the center.
So Lisa travels to like gemstones out of state, or
The Gem and Mineral Show.
gem and mineral shows out of state to collect what she looks for the finest materials for her jewelry, and really won't accept anything less.
Nope, I won't. These are one of my favorites because it shows two different areas where I like to implement my art. In the actual earring, which is right here,
Oh, there it is. Oh, I got it. It's perfect. Okay, go ahead and explain it.
So you can see this part is handmade by me, and then this is the ear wire, which is also handmade.
Oh, yeah.
Those are pearls, saltwater pearls, also with French wires.
Oh, yeah. These things are hard to... There you go. Look at these things.
And that is labradite. This twisting is done by me. It's very difficult because you have to wrap it around something and then you have to form it and then you have to harden it. It does take a long time. I was known for making the flowers around here.
She has paintings of flowers in her home. Oh, it's these, right?
No.
But you have another, yeah.
Yeah, I have
and
another.
And they're gorgeous.
They're flowers that I do in 3D that are made from the compound, joint compound and house paint. And then I paint over them and they stick out about, from the canvas, they stick out about 1 inch. They're really cool.
They're beautiful.
This is
Okay.
the flower necklace.
Okay.
Flowers make me happy. I don't know why, but they just do. I think that, and they're fun to work with because you can get so creative with them. You can wrap jewels around them in the center. This is all hand done by me, all wrapped by me, and then the back has a fancy clasp to match the front. Some of the flower necklaces I have done have had the actual flower as the back. So I was trying to think if I had one. A flower in the back. Only two other things I'm going to show you because it just takes too much time to show you all of my inventory here. Here's another bracelet that I did. I'm going to put it on Mandy. This is very soft metal so that you can form it. You can see it opens and it closes. So you can form it around your wrist.
Oh, I'm getting all the bracelets here.
She is. This is crystals wrapped.
Hold on just a minute.
It's lifted crystals wrapped around the clasp.
It's gorgeous. That one is beautiful too. And dainty. Some women love dainty. Some women love the chunky.
Yeah. Well, and here's chunky.
Yep. Chunky and colorful.
Chunky and
Dainty
colorful.
and silver.
Pink and green. There's I forget the name of these stones. I have to look them up. This is Bali silver here, which is your finest silver that you can get. And then this is what the clasp looks like. That's like a flower clasp. Hopefully you can see that. I made this bracelet for myself and unfortunately I don't have it. And it's just been so hot around here. Everybody wants one. And so I decided that I am going to start selling them. I was a little iffy about it because it was mine and I don't like having what everybody else has, but it seems that everybody wants it and I can personalize it with different birthstones, etc. I did make one for one person before I had even made mine, and I changed the design when I made mine, but it's called the Eternity, or is that Infinity?
Infinity. Yeah, Infinity.
Infinity sign. Some people have the tattoo, but there is that, and then this is where the clasps too. So in essence, what you'll see is this is going to go here.
Yeah. It's a double eternity.
It's
Infinity.
and I don't think we can do it on her, but
Yeah.
it'll go, the front will go here, and then as you flip it, the back will be the Eternity. So if it switches sides, you always have Eternity on your side.
Yeah.
It is connected with sterling silver and 18 karat filled very thin chain, and it's wrapped through here and then connected here. And it's so dainty and beautiful. And so we have thick, which is a little more expensive, and then we have very dainty looking.
And then you add for colors, you add beads on the chain or in between?
It depends on what the person wants.
Sure.
The last person I did it for, she wanted the birthstones of all of her kids on it. So I wrapped the birthstones on the back,
Oh, yeah.
back here. You can solder them in it gets really expensive when you start working with crystals to implement them into the silver. So,
Okay.
those are my things. I am moving to Florida, but you're going to see that my page is going to blow up because I am going to be selling online. I probably am going to open up an account. I don't know if it's going to be Etsy or something else, or if I'll have my own website, but you can purchase them along with my paintings. I know paintings are expensive to get up here, but I will be coming back and forth here probably for the next year until we sell the house and until my husband gets his practice closed here and move down there.
Okay, you guys, thank you so much. I know we moved around a lot, but it's just been exciting showing you, introducing you to Lisa if you don't already know her, and seeing her. Honestly, I just love seeing her when she is passionate and doing something she's passionate about. She gave my daughter a painting lesson, and when she shows me her jewelry, you can just tell it's passion, it's joy, it's something that she does, it's therapeutic for herself, and she is going to make her gift available to you guys, to the world. And she also was brave enough to share kind of her experience and get real and genuine and share her struggles with us today. And for that, we just can't be more grateful. So people can get a hold of you on your Facebook business page.
Or they can get a hold of me on my personal page. You can PM me. You can go on to Jewels by Page, and you can look at the pictures there. There are still some things that are there that are about. I haven't posted in a very long time because of my surgery, and we just had a lot of things going on, and my paintings kind of took over for the last couple of years. But I'm back in business with my jewelry. My supplies are not going to be shipped to me until November, so I won't be able to create anything until probably November. But what I have in stock is a lot.
Yeah.
And there's some things that I will be able to create. If I have to go to the store and buy the stuff,
Yeah.
I'll just buy it.
Well, you have plenty of merchandise. So
I do. I have a
ton of jewelry to pick from.
I do. I have tons. And I do go from either modern to classic to outrageous to what I can design for you. I've done many weddings, designed necklaces for many weddings. Yay. And proms. For those of you that don't know that you're creative, or you can't find an outlet with your ADHD or your pain, or you want to give up, don't. Play around with things. Get out a piece of paper and draw. You might surprise yourself. Go on to Pinterest. Get some inspiration. You can go day by day without the pain and alleviate all of that just by focusing on something else. It does work.
Shift your perspective if you are overwhelmed with whatever it is you're going through right now. Absolutely.
And be positive. Good things do happen when you're positive. When you're negative, it really does bring a cloud of black over you. And it spirals.
Yes.
It loops.
Yeah,
it's
we know this.
thing.
We know this firsthand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. All right. Bye.